This is Nome. Real sick. This is your first Nome. What they
Crazy.
say, you can't go to work when you
Call out sick.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, this has been a crazy one. What we saw tonight, we don't see too often. The last time we seen it, and I can believe, especially in front of a crowd, was the 2-1-2 with the Bardashians and 40 versus E Hart, where we pretty much had a forfeit.
Yeah.
I'm going to start from the first round, though. We started out the first round, and he slipped up in the beginning of his round. Did you think that he was going to be able to make it all the way through, that it was just something that happened by chance?
Yeah, but so if you just stumble on your words and then you get it back, that's different than what he was doing. He said a line and then he said it again, but then he started whispering the line to himself. When rappers start doing that, that's how you know they're trying to remember. And I'm never going to show up and stumble, and that's one thing you can always bet, whether my material like resonates like right away or not. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna rap how I'm supposed to rap. I'm not gonna stumble. I'm not like a clean performance is very important to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So right when he started doing that, I looked at the camera and I did the 1-0, and then he did it again in the first.
Yeah, that right there, like, let us know for sure. Like, I tweeted out, like, did Danny lose this round with that first stumble or choke? And it's like, some people are saying yes, some people are saying but that's before he finished the round.
Yeah.
So by the time we get to the end, it's like,
because he was wilding, he was going crazy.
Yeah.
And then he stumbled again. Now, I didn't want it like that. I didn't want to win like that.
Yeah, Danny
like
Myers, when you think about him, or just this battle in general, we felt like this was going to be crazy competition. It was one that a lot of people were looking forward to being battle of the night. So
that's why I'm upset, because the whole time leading up to this shit, I was looking at Danny and I was like, let's set the bar. You know what I mean? Because I know, I just didn't want to win like that, because I know there's going to be some people that don't give me the credit for it, because they're going to say, well, Danny didn't show up, and when he was going crazy. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? He showed up with that. Just appreciate the material. I had to bring angles out of nowhere for this dude, like the setup angle, the list angle, you know what I mean? Yeah. Shit like that. And then the abandoning kids, that shit just happened, so I could talk about it. But I didn't want to talk about the 12K. I didn't want to talk about how he has a whole bunch of kids. So I worked hard for this, you know what I mean? And I just want the people to appreciate the material I gave them. Yeah.
Salute. Well, you did also kind of break down his career as well.
Yeah.
Why he's here today and why he's battling you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you had to think hard about that, or was that just something that was just like blatantly obvious to you, that you was like, I could word this properly to where the people will love it?
That's what it is. I had to, whenever I'm thinking about the crowd being there, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking like, do I need to make this end in a punchline, or do I just say it? You know what I mean? So I think the kind of rapper I am, I'm always going to rap it nice, but I didn't want to try to force a punchline in there. You know what I mean? If it was just facts. So I was like, let me just write it the way I wrote it. And then, this is your first Nome too? You might as well be part of the class. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, that doesn't need a punchline. Yeah. You know what I mean? And sometimes you're second guessing so much, like you don't understand like what you got to do. I also want people to know this. I didn't want any advantage. So I waited till his Enes battle was done. Okay. And then I started preparing.
Ooh.
Because I didn't want any advantage of, Danny got all these battles. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want any of that. I know he had his Suge shit already. You know what I mean? So I knew he probably touched up a couple things, but he wasn't stressing over that. So right when he finished his Enes battle, that's when I started preparing.
So something that the people may not necessarily know. Like you actually played a fair game in a situation instead of trying to get one up on Danny Myers. Yeah, because I didn't want any advantages. You know what I mean? I had the same amount of time. I got shit going on too. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, I didn't finish my shit until probably Tuesday or Wednesday. Oh wow.
Tuesday and Wednesday, and I wrapped it like that because I know my memory is good. I don't take advantage of it. Like, I'm usually done a week in advance. You know what I mean? But for this, it was just because it's Danny Myers, the streak. You know what I mean? I'm trying to end the streak. So there was certain things that I was switching around. Like, I took some bars out. I had to take some shit out because Suge said something similar to it last week. You know what I mean? Like, I had to edit my material a lot more than I usually have to. But yeah, I did that.
So you ended the streak, and you are on the record books right now as having your opponent pretty much forfeit.
Yeah, man, that's
the second round. It got ugly again, like real easy in the round, or real early in the round. I'm sorry. And after that, third round, he just bowed out. Do you feel like this is a battle that could possibly in the future be redone? Like, you guys can have a rematch in the future? Or you just
I'm not battling Daddy again, man. Fuck out of here. Daddy is crazy. I mean, look, out of respect for him, if maybe 2 years down the line, if he wants to run it back, then yeah. But this was, I said everything I need to say to him. You know what I mean? I'm a direct battle rapper. I'm not.
2 years from now, there are a lot of things could happen.
That's true. That's true. I just, once I battle somebody, that's why I hated battling Kid Chaos twice. I had nothing else to say to him. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of just, everything I directly attack people. You know what I mean? So there's not a lot of random shit. I might have some of that stuff, but like, most of it is directly at my opponent. So I don't know, maybe. And if he wants to run it back, because he got like a round and a half out?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I didn't want it like that. I wanted him to finish.
He said he still wanted people to hear all 3 rounds.
Yeah.
But if it's not ready when you guys are live on caffeine, it's like, it's really as potent. It doesn't really have the same potency.
Yeah, I didn't want it like that, man. I just hope Danny takes a break, because it's hard coming up with all these battles and showing up the way he's been showing up, because he hasn't been lackluster. He's been showing up. Even the shit he got out was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it was just the stumbles that fucked it up, you know what I mean? But like, hey, shout out to Danny, bar god, you know what I mean? Like, huge fan of Danny. Hopefully he gets enough rest until his Reed battle and goes crazy versus Reed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Champion of the Year is obviously heavily in the talks of everything going on right now in battle rap. How do you think you fare right now? Even with this battle, this is going to be one that people are going to probably talk down about, even though your material was great, but you didn't really have an opponent in this matchup. Where do you think you fare so far this year, looking at what's going on?
Well, I went back to iBattle in January and gave one of the new guys a shot, Sneezy Bo. Shout out to Lex.
That was a crazy
iBattle.
battle.
Yeah. Me and Mike P had one of the best battles of the year. The 2-on-2, I didn't perform it the way I wanted to. The material was crazy, I thought. I just didn't get to. I'm not used to sharing the stage with somebody. You know what I mean? Like today, I'm walking around the stage, I'm dunking on them, right? I'm talking shit in between my bars and stuff. Now, when I'm sharing the stage with somebody else, our energies have to be the same for that to work. So I think that's probably what made that performance not so crazy. And then I was hoping this would be Battle of the Year.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a 30, so I don't know. I don't know where I rank.
Well, you got some good accolades.
Summer Madness. Put me on Summer Madness.
I was about to say that, or I was going to mention something else, but Summer Madness is on the way. Do you feel like that's just next up for you? Like, you need to be on Summer Madness? Do you think the fans are going to push for you to be on Summer Madness?
I hope so, because even though Danny didn't get to finish his shit, the material, like, nobody said that K through 12, the 12K, K through 12 to him yet. You know what I mean? Nobody, there was a lot of things that I just hope the fans appreciated about my material to show you the level that I'm at. You know what I mean? So hopefully, let's get Summer Madness locked. I don't know who to battle. I'll battle whoever. You know what I mean? But we'll see.
Last but not least, I mean, the crowds. We're starting to get back to crowds.
I
a lot
love
of people
the crowds.
doubted, they called you COVID babies.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't survive with the crowds. Obviously, you're unfazed. Do you think that people expected you to be that way, or they expected you to like crumble under that pressure?
People follow narratives. If you follow the narrative that we didn't know what to do with a crowd, like, I mean, that means you didn't see me in London for the first time in front of a couple hundred people, whatever crowd. The same venue that Summer Madness happened, where Pat Stay and Rock battled. In that venue, rock that crowd and leave with the best international performance of that year, voted by the fans who watched that league. That's crowd control. You know what I mean? Like, and just look at my performance. I was doing everything. I'll punch, I'll angle, I'll joke. I can do everything. Yeah. So all you're doing with a crowd is modifying the amount of people that are gonna react for me. You know what I mean? Because I know I'm just going up there doing what I do, and they react whenever they like something. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like.
So yeah, man, I hear the battles are starting.
Yeah, let's go.
We about to run back in this room and sit in this crowd. Shout out to everybody who won tickets to be here.
Shout out to the fans, man. All of y'all, please don't sweep this battle under the rug because he messed up. Just go back and watch the material that I gave y'all. Hopefully y'all like it. Salute to y'all. Push to get me on Summer Madness. I'll body someone real quick. Jersey.
Make sure y'all pick his opponent too. That part. URLTV Media News is Slim Rita, Real Sick, and we out.